You know, you've got the exact same 24 hours in a day as that billionaire you see online. So what's the deal? Why do you end the day feeling completely wiped out and not a dollar richer, while their net worth just keeps climbing? Here's the secret. It's not because they work harder. It's because they've solved the problem you probably don't even realize you have.
See, the reality is their 24 hours are laser-focused on creating high-value stuff. Your 24 hours, on the other hand, are probably leaking away through 1,000 little distractions and low-value noise. The core problem here isn't about your effort, not at all. It's that your day is full of these invisible energy leaks that are draining your potential before you even get to the work that matters.
So, let's just get this straight right now. Your work ethic is not the problem. The problem is the giant hole in your schedule that's just siphoning off your most precious resource, your energy. So in this explainer, we're going to diagnose exactly where you're leaking that potential, and I'm going to give you a system to patch it up for good. It's called the 100-point audit, where every single thing you do gets a score based on its real value. All right, so let's kick things off with the big illusion that traps pretty much everyone. This idea that being busy automatically means you're being productive. It feels so true, right? But honestly, it's one of the most dangerous lies we tell ourselves.
I mean, this quote, it's brutally honest for a reason. Being busy is often just a really clever way to avoid the hard, sometimes scary, and let's face it, kind of boring work that actually builds wealth. Filling your day with all those easy, low-value tasks, it gives you the feeling of being accomplished, without any of the actual progress. It is literally laziness disguised as hustle.
So, where's all this energy going? It disappears through what we're going to call energy leaks. These are the tiny, almost invisible moments that totally sabotage your best intentions, a lot of the time before you've even had your morning coffee.
And the number one culprit here is something called decision fatigue. I want you to think of your brain like your phone's battery. Every single decision you make, no matter how small, it drains a little bit of that charge for the day. And once that battery gets low, your ability to make the big, important, high-quality decisions just tanks.
And just think about it. The second you wake up and grab your phone, you are hit with this flood of micro-decisions, just like these. Should I reply to that comment? Do I like this photo? What should I feel about this crazy headline? By 9 a.m., you've already burned through a huge chunk of your mental battery on things that don't pay you a single penny. So this brings us to a really critical question. If we know it's important, why do our brains actively push us to do unproductive stuff? Well, it's not a flaw in your character. It's actually a feature of how your brain's reward system is wired. I mean, really, why does it feel so good to clear out 100 emails, even when you know none of them actually moved the needle on your goals? Why does that feel more like work than the slow, painful process of, say, mapping out a 5-year strategy? Well, the answer comes down to one little chemical: dopamine. Fake work. You know, answering emails, organizing files. It's easy, it's fast, and it gives you an immediate hit of that feel-good chemical. Your brain gets a quick reward and thinks, hey, we did something. But deep work, the stuff that actually makes you wealthy, well, that's slow, it's hard, and the reward is way off in the future. Your brain, always looking for a shortcut, will always drift toward the instant gratification of fake work. Okay, enough with the diagnosis. Let's get to the solution. This is the 100-point time audit. It's a super practical system for taking back control of your day and, in the end, your financial future. It's incredibly simple, but it's also profoundly effective. Step 1. You're going to write down every single thing you did yesterday, and you have to be brutally honest. Step 2. You're going to assign a dollar value to each of those activities. And Step 3. You systematically get rid of, hand off, or automate everything that isn't creating some serious value. And this right here is the heart of the audit. You look at your list from yesterday and you assign a value. Were you spending your time on $10 an hour tasks like scrolling social media or commuting? Or maybe $100 an hour maintenance work like clearing your inbox? The whole goal is to free up as much time as humanly possible for those $1,000 an hour tasks, the work that actually grows your wealth, like strategy or sales. Because look, if 90% of your day is filled with $10 tasks, you've basically just assigned yourself a minimum wage life.
Now, auditing your time, that's one thing. Actually acting on it, that's another beast entirely. This part requires a level of discipline that, frankly, most people aren't willing to embrace, and it all starts with sacrifice.
As Napoleon Hill said, you can't get something for nothing. It's so true. You want the reward, but are you willing to pay the price? The price for reclaiming your high-value time is giving up your low-value comforts. It's a direct trade-off, no way around it. So to make this real, you need a no list. 3 things you're going to cut out starting today. First, no news. It's literally engineered to make you anxious and reactive, not truly informed. Second, no gossip. Talking about other people is a poverty mindset, plain and simple. It produces 0 value. And third, no aimless scrolling. From this moment on, if you're on your phone, you are either creating something or learning something, period. No more mindless consumption.
And if that sounds extreme, just look at the math. By cutting a mere 2 hours of waste from your day, 2 hours of news, gossip, and scrolling, you get back 730 hours in a year. 730. That is enough time to build a whole side business, learn a new language, or master a high-income skill. The payoff is absolutely enormous.
So it all just boils down to this one choice. It's simple, but it is not easy. What are you going to sacrifice? Your comfort or your goals? Because if you refuse to sacrifice those low-value comforts you're clinging to, then the thing you truly want, your freedom, your wealth, your potential, that becomes the sacrifice instead. The default system is designed to keep you tired, distracted, and broke. The only way out is to consciously unplug and own your day. So the real question is, what are you going to choose?